All right, Shalom, Yashala. Another quick video. Getting right into it. Ka'alao Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash. Giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash. Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops. Great millstone. My salutations to the brothers teaching word for the hopeful elect, soon to be elect, most high will. It's going to happen sooner than later, and we're in those times. And the contrite spirits returning back to the Most High blessings. Hopeful like men and women, children. Now this is Joe Rogan on what's terrifying about reincarnation, and they got Lil Duval here, the comedian Lil Duval. He's accompanied with him, and I'm just play this little part. This is for not no monetary gain, for no money. And I don't know if they flag all fucking videos. Like, I've been having trouble, with the copyright, and I'm not even, using it for anything for that type of. Anyway, but they're talking about reincarnation. Matter of fact, I'll just tell you what they're talking about. Maybe I can put it in the caps. He said doesn't, life really, he's explaining life doesn't make any sense because we keep going through the same thing. And he said he'll be more freaked out. He's cool with shooting the breeze, living a long time, but he's freaked out with living forever like this. Or, even repeating a cycle, doing the same thing which is, he's smoking weed with Lil Duval. And even in his life as a famous person, is still limited. Is still routine, so to speak. But anyway, that'll give him anxiety. He said, "Let the spirit, but if it happens again and again and again and again throughout eternity, if that's what life is, just live it over and over again. Why would that be scary? But it would be. But it'd be scary. Because if maybe I enjoy this life, I want to think that there's something better. But if it's just this life, over and over and over again, I get it right. Why is it scarier than doing it once because it's not scary? Right? Why is that scarier than doing it once? Because it's not scary to do it once, like right once. Now I'm gonna have a great time and great time. We're having fun, right? You doing this over and over again forever, I'd be freaking out pretty much. So, Joe Rogan, he was a host once of Fear Factor. That's when he was a little bit younger, I think he even took some martial arts and all that, and he was basically a media personality. Dove into many things, and was very popular. He still is, but now he gets into the science of life, and when he's shooting the breeze, the wonder of life, and as we most human beings do as they get older. But reincarnation, of course, is in the Bible. We talk about it. And the thing is, this is chains of darkness that we in on earth. I mean, and there's gonna be heaven on earth, of course, but everybody is not gonna experience heaven on earth as some others will. What I mean by that is, of course, in the Bible, if you want to go to the Bible, which that's where everybody draw their assumptions from about God, the idealism about God from the Bible, because where else would they get it? Except some man told them, which men from the Bible. Now, it talks about Most High being the Father of spirits. Father of spirits, King James Version. It says, Hebrews 12:9. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection to the Father of spirits and live? So it's the Father of spirits because he made all the spirits. That's one thing. He made celestial beings, terrestrial beings. I mentioned that in going to Corinthians, but spirit of subjects, spirit of subjects, spirit of prophets, spirit of prophets subject unto the prophets, King James Version. 1 Corinthians 14:32. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets, man. So that spirit comes back to the earth and plays out his course on earth, And it is a circle. They call it the circle of life. It is, coming back around, but there's different things the Most High blueprinted and orchestrated in the earth to play out according to reincarnation. And even Kendrick Lamar, it says he made it 8 days. I mean, it says a post 8 days ago on audio called Reincarnation. Because he know about the Israelites. But where is that scripture? Borrowed his own spirit, King James Version. It's in the Apocrypha. Come on, man. I think this is it. Yeah. Uh, 16. Wisdom of Solomon, 1:16. Well, you can start at 13. For God made, I'm reading verbatim, but God made not death, neither had he pleasure in the destruction of the living. For he created all things that they might have their being. Man, beast, fowls of the air, beast of the field, Esau and Jacob, the races. For he created all things that they might have their being, and the generations of the world were healthful, and there is no poison of destruction in them, nor the kingdom of death upon the earth. For righteousness is immortal. There's a key thing. Righteousness is immortal. Unrighteousness is mortal. It leads to carnality, death, and that's what we're getting back to: the immortality of things by coming back to the Most High, the Father of Spirits, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, in the Holy Spirit, by Hashem Rakakadash. But ungodly men with their works and words called it to them. They called death unto them, for when they thought to have it their friend, they consumed to naught and made a covenant with it, because they are worthy to partake. They take part with it. Now, what is that? He that borrowed his own spirit, King James Version. Wisdom of Solomon 15:16. For man made them, and it was talking about the false gods, the things that can't breathe, that people worship, such as statues, upright, palm trees, money, symbol, anything that's carnal, that's, seen by the eye, thing of flesh. It says, and he that borrowed his own spirit fashioned him. So, yeah, this spirit is not yours. It belongs to the Most High. Most High is the Father of spirits. That's what you got. That's what the spirits report back to. You're not, it even says you're not your own. Now, that's your own spirit because that's you. It's the spirit of the prophets, of subject into the prophets. So, even with Esau, his spirit go echoed up to Most High, Father of spirits. But that's that same wicked spirit. I mean, if there was such a disconnect between the heavens, the spirit world, and the fleshly world, we wouldn't be judged for what we do in the body, because we'll have a whole different body. Which, how could we be judged by that new body? And when we all, take upon a spiritual body, leaving this earth, how can we then be judged? Even with the carnal body, because the Most High, have angels record things that's done on the earth. You're here, especially Israel, here to, fight for a crown. You're here to work a ministry. Yahushua said himself when he was on earth, he said, my meat is to do the will of my Father. He was on a mission. That's what, missionary come from, a mission. And so there's a whole makeup of this thing. This is not no radical event of things going on that's not biblical, that happens on this earth, that can't be explained regarding our existence. Now, what it says, but no man can make a God like unto himself. And that's why they making robots, because they can't make human beings. They doing all that cloning shit, man, but they can't put a spirit inside a body. And let's see, there's a spirit in man. There's a spirit in man, King James Version. And they smoke weed and shit, and that weed gets you wonder if you're not careful. We don't smoke weed, but even in the form of a herb, if you're not careful, man, your mind can wander off and shit and think some crazy shit. Job 32:8, but there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding, man. There's a spirit in man. And Ecclesiastes 11:5, you can go, or is that 11? I think it's 11:5. So Ecclesiastes 11:5, King James Version. It says, as thou knowest not what is the way of the spirit, nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child. So these Christians, anti-Christians that's been in these churches, even these theologians, these so-called scholars, these learned Christians, so-called, they have no knowledge about the Most High, no wisdom about the Most High, or that's why they don't believe in reincarnation. Um, even so, thou knowest not the works of God who maketh all. So, on point two with this is, and he got the third eye right here. um, and he said, well, he can't imagine living forever. It'll be boring or just doing the same old thing. He said, I know they mentioned in there when he was talking to Lil Duval that they you would expect to move on to greater heights, another level of this, besides this routine, fleshly walk we live in of what is called life. And, basically, it's not that. I mean, rich people do incredible things. I mean, with the money they make, they take trips, they climb mountains, they skydive, they got the bucket list even when they get older. And they start this from their youth, because they're able to do all those things because they got money. Now that's a great height of life, existing between one and your birth into 100 years if you make it that far. Some people, they never experience that, not even a surface of that. There's some beautiful things on earth we always talk about, and places that they haven't even discovered. The elite people that are beautiful. Exotic creatures, creatures in the ocean, whales, killer whales, white whales, the beast in the jungle in certain regions and lands all across the world. If you had enough time on Earth, let's say we lived 500 years, but you had the money to enjoy that 500 years to a level to where you went to great heights while traveling to places that you never been, across seas, taking some of the biggest boat rides, learning enough to where you're able to, build some things to because it says knowledge increases also. To where you could be a great part of creation by creating things needful for the earth, even regarding resources, man. But is that happening now? Nah. Esau is destroying the earth. That's why people that live here, they're not in. This is not enjoying real life. Even if you're rich, it says the rich are miserable. Um, they're not enjoying the full extent of life. We're bound to sickness. See, in heaven, with the children of Israel, they're not. We're gonna have power. They're not going. There's not gonna be sickness up there. Even down here, we're gonna be extraterrestrial beings, and not only that, Most High said, Yahweh Shai said, "In my Father's house there's many mansions." So, imagine the galaxies. Imagine, um, out there in space with the celestial beings, and it says that about celestial beings. Let me get that right quick. Celestial beings, King James Version. 1 Corinthians 15:40 says, "For there are celestial bodies and there are bodies terrestrial, but the glory of the celestial is one and the glory of the terrestrial is another one. There is one glory of the sun, another glory of the moon, another glory of stars, for one star differeth from another star in glory. So also is the resurrection of the dead is sown in corruption, it is raised in incorruption." Now, you like you said, sun, moon, and stars. You have, if you're a celestial, if you're an extraterrestrial being, you get to fly the galaxies and dimensions. Man, you could be forever doing that. There's some people that could, that want to live in a world. Let's say you had the '60s, '70s, '80s, '90s, whatever. If they wanted to go back in time, they would. They'll go. A lot of these so-called white people that go back to the '50s, and they would want to be there forever. Go to your burger place, go to the drive-in movies and all that. Have your boyfriend, have your girlfriend. Wear your Letterman jackets and all that. You know, but the reason why it makes it special, more special, is because it's a memory. You know, and when they were in it, it wasn't. When you in something, it doesn't. You're just living the moment of it. But when about time passes and you get older, it becomes like, man, I want to go back to that. So Most High has that dynamic of life and death. We wouldn't know about how precious life was unless it was death. We wouldn't know how precious immortality is unless there was mortality. Or how fun is unless we're bored. So you know in the kingdom, there's not gonna be man. We're gonna have the greatest kingdom in the world. There's not gonna be a day boring in life, and that can happen for eternity because there's so many things to do. I mean, look, we're still making music since, like, let's just pick it up from 100-year span. We're still creating music and still loving that music. Uh, 50 Cent said, yeah, we're doing the same two-step, but we still like to dance. We still have fun dancing. Some of the songs are reinvented, what do you call it, remixed or remastered, whatever, or sampled. As a lot of people, they grow up, they've heard some of those songs before, but they forget. And then when they hear the new version of the song, they be like, well, that's new, but it's not really new. And then your parents got to remind you, like, no, I used to play that every day when you were a child. Oh, now I remember. That's that song. Oh, okay. But when they heard it, it felt like it was new because they had forgot that they had heard it before in the past. And with that, it's just like the Most High said, nothing's going to be compared to what this life is not going to be compared to the life. This life is not compared to the life after King James Version. I'm paraphrasing. Romans 8:18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us, man. I mean, you think Superman has a bad day? I mean, as far as his thing when the movie came out, I'm referring to the movie, but because it does have like fashions of how we live our life and want to live our life. Everybody. I wouldn't think there's a man on earth that wouldn't want superpowers. Whether it be, they always they've been asking lately these stars what would be your superpower. Some say invisibility, some say strength, some say fly, some say, you know, different things, because that's what some say. I want to heal because they would love to see people, they mourn for people that are sick and they would want everybody healed. But you wouldn't want to heal a murder or give him a murderer powers, because he's gonna use his powers for evil. Go around, and that's where you get the villains from. So, the Most High has, broken down the elements in this right perspective, to where those people that are going to get power are those people that as gonna be those gonna be the righteous people that know how to rule with the power. Now this so-called white man, he has the power right now. On the left-hand side, he's Lucifer. But what is he using his power for? Evil. And what has the earth become of it? And the people become of it? Just like that. And it causes confliction, it causes chaos, and it causes more wickedness on the earth. So we know where that goes, you know? And if a man could be given power to some great extent in the physical and do this much damage, well, imagine in the righteous way, in immortality, how much he'll be able to do and prolong. It says even the wicked prolong their life. Well, how much more the righteous, the immortal? Living forever, it wouldn't be no problem. And it wouldn't be a situation of, you know, when we get into the kingdom, our border, we're going to rule the whole world. Our border is going to be expanded. Most High said when we come back to him, he going to give us abundance. The blessing shall overtake us. We're going to have your seed is your basket is going to be full. Your seed is going to be, you know. So Most High could stunt the growth of humanity, stunt the your growth of your spirit. He could shut you out. He could put you out. He could It says he stretches curtains out like heavens out like a curtain. His earth is his footstool. Men is his grass. Men like grasshoppers. Paraphrasing. So, you know, let's say that and I'm gonna close out. You at work and the work that you hate going to that job. So, 10 hours, 8 to 10 hours seems long as hell. Because you hate it. But if you love that job and you couldn't wait to get there every day, 10 hours would not be enough time. It'd be like, damn, I wish we could work 14 hours up here. So it got to do with your mental state too, and your mental know. And the Most High gave us the knowledge to know what this life is, and what it means. So being subject to certain things, like we were subject to bondage. This creature was subject to vanity. But there's a turn and a twist to it. Well, not a twist, but there's a turn of events to it. And Most High said he'll make a man more precious than gold. So, a lot of people are doing what they were doing in the past. And, for what I said about what I read in the scriptures, that what it says in the scriptures, chains of darkness. Like, you live in a boring life here, or you couldn't imagine doing it forever because you're really a slave, and you're in the bodies. You're not in an extraterrestrial body. If you were, you'd be flying through the universe. You know what I'm saying? You'd be, you be among beasts without worrying about getting hurt, to where you can see it live, and like as if it was a movie. You'll be raising all your sons and your daughters, and you'll have more than one or two or three. You'll have a whole kingdom of sons and daughters. You'll have the richest places in the world. You'll have things, the elements you're able to control and manipulate in the righteous way that you're supposed to. You'll have the gold, silver, you'll have the granite, the marble, you'll have castles, you'll be able to go under the sea, you'll be able to go into the heavens. I mean, that's unending. Like I said, if you could take 12 notes on the piano and make unending songs, you definitely gonna be able to, with an extraterrestrial body, enjoy the heaven forever. You know, dimensions and creating yourself. Creating uh, worlds and cities and righteousness yourself, because everything is going to be done in righteousness. Just like everything here is made in wickedness, you know, and it goes prolongs as much as it can, but it's die out. The triumph of the wicked shall be short. It dies out. It collides. It becomes chaotic, because it's filled with vanity. You know, Solomon said, preacher says all things are vanity, but there's a source to this, mechanism to this thing, a blueprint that the Most High made to where, yeah, men are going to become immortal, and that's going to be where the turn of events happen. That's where it's going to be very, very interesting. That's where it's going to be like, now I understand that, nah, we were living in a damn computer generated world being controlled by by some elites,